Tonight's headlines: no tension with China over West Philippine Sea, says Palace. Philippine patrols to continue in West Philippine Sea. COVID-19 jabs in the Philippines not for sale. Coronavirus cases in the country at 1,154,388. Vaccine supply in the Philippines to stabilize soon. ITCZ to bring rains and thunderstorms. PSEi slips on inflation concerns. And Dito Telecommunity gets 25-year franchise. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, May 18, 2021. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Malacanang on Tuesday stressed that despite incursions and protests, there is no tension between the Philippines and China in connection with the West Philippine Sea issue. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said the tension is only in the minds of critics of the administration, the opposition. To recall, President Rodrigo Duterte has been criticized for his statements allegedly belittling the country's legal claims over the West Philippine Sea, particularly its 2016 victory before the UN-backed Permanent Court on Arbitration. Duterte also found an ally in former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile, who on Monday said the Philippines would lose more if it continued to antagonize China. President Rodrigo Duterte announced that the Philippines will continue to send patrols in its exclusive economic zone in the West Philippine Sea. The president said that the patrols were a manifestation of the country's principled position and stand on the West Philippine Sea. Duterte made the remarks amid the continued presence of Chinese vessels in the West Philippine Sea and China's recent call on the country to stop its maritime drills in the area. Chinese Foreign Minister in late April called on the Philippine security forces to stop maritime exercises in the South China Sea, saying it would escalate disputes in the area. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque stressed on Tuesday that COVID-19 vaccines in the Philippines are not for sale after Philippine Red Cross Chairman and Senator Richard Gordon announced in an interview that the PRC would charge 3,500 pesos for 2 doses of the Moderna vaccine. Roque said that the president has promised that the COVID-19 vaccine will be free of charge and it will be paid for. He added that those COVID-19 vaccines procured by the private sector under a tripartite agreement with the national government will be used by the private firms on their people. Following Gordon's statement, the PRC clarified that it is not selling the vaccine to its members and donors. 3,000 pesos payment will be for the syringe, personal protective equipment, meals, and other expenses related to the vaccination. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ano bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Fiber now.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall. the world's original thriller, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
The Department of Health reported 4,487 confirmed coronavirus disease cases on Tuesday, to bring the total number of infections in the country to 1,154,388, even as 8 laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 52,291, and of the total, 93.1% are mild, 2.2% are symptomatic, 2% are severe, and 1.5% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 1,082,725 after 6,383 patients recovered from the deadly disease. The death toll now stands at 19,372 following 110 fatalities reported. Data also show that 57% of the country's intensive care unit beds are in use, while 39% of the mechanical ventilators are occupied. In other news, the Philippines expects to boost its COVID-19 vaccination efforts in the coming months, while its supplies set to incrementally increase by the millions. According to vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr., the country is scheduled to receive 4.5 million doses of Sinovac vaccine from June to August, on top of other brands coming in. This month alone, Galvez said the vaccine deliveries are estimated at 7.753 million doses, of which 3.753 million have already been delivered. Some 500,000 doses of Sinovac are scheduled to arrive on May 20, on top of the 2.2 million doses of Pfizer and 1.3 million doses of Sputnik V, also scheduled this month. State Weather Bureau Pag-asa on Tuesday announced that the Intertropical Convergence Zone is expected to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over Mindanao, Visayas, and Palawan. In its 24-hour forecast, the weather agency warned affected residents against possible flash floods or landslides during severe thunderstorms. Meanwhile, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms may be Manila and the rest of the country due to the easterlies and localized thunderstorms. Pag-asa said flash floods and landslides are also possible. We'll pause for a short break. Stay with us.
That's it, never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app, now you can check, view, subscribe, renew, help and support for you. Out with the Ring apps are the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now.
Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
In business, the local main equities index shed Tuesday partly on inflation concerns in the United States. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index lost 0.62% or 38.84 points to 6,244.74 at the closing bell. The broader all shares dipped by 0.36% or 14.02 points to 3,847.39. Pihina Capital Development Corporation Head of Sales Luis Lindingan said that Philippine shares continued to drift as inflation concerns and dwindled tech stocks continued to weigh on global equity markets. Volume totaled 2.63 billion shares amounting to 6.2 billion pesos. Decliners led advancers at 139 to 70, while 50 shares were unchanged. And President Rodrigo Duterte has signed into law Republic Act 11537, granting Dito Telecommunity Corporation a new franchise less than 2 years before its old franchise under its former name, Mislatel, expires on April 24, 2023. Dito is a joint venture of Davao City-based businessman Dennis Uys Udena Corporation, Udena's subsidiary Chelsea Logistics Holdings Incorporated, and Chinese state-owned China Telecoms Corporation. With its franchise, Dito is mandated to operate and maintain all its stations, lines, cables, systems, and equipment for the transmission and reception of messages, signals, and pulses in a satisfactory manner at all times. The law obliges Dito to improve and extend its services in areas not yet served and in hazard and typhoon-prone areas, as determined by the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or its legal successor, in coordination with the National Telecommunications Commission. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune Digital Edition and Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the sticker store and search for Katribu. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store and the Araneta City for their continued support. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Montero Sport. Elevate your journey.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Hatch something big. The all-new Honda City hatchback with 4 seating modes. Utility mode, long mode, Tall mode. Refresh mode. The all-new City Hatchback. Hatch more life.